Good morning, everyone. This is M. Pavan from IRE College Data Science Branch B section. Now I am here to explain you about the storage devices in a computer. Now we will learn how what are the storage devices in a computer and how they perform in our computer. So we will move on to our next slides to learn more about the storage devices in a computer. Introduction. A storage unit is a part of a computer system which is employed to store the information and instructions to be processed. A storage device is an internal part of a computer hardware which stores information, data to process the result of any computational work. Without a storage device, a computer cannot be able to run or even boot up, or in other words, we can say that a storage device is hardware that is used for storing, porting, or extracting data files. It can also store information, data, both temporarily and permanently. Computer storage is of two types. Means a storage device in computer storage device, it is the main part in the computer which stores our data. It is the only reason to run the computer and to boot up, because if whatever we do in a computer, it should be saved in somewhere else. It should be stored in one of the place. To store that, we are using some storage devices. With the help of these devices, we are going to store the data, and whenever we call the data, it will get back from the storage device. Now we will see what are the two types of storage devices. First one is primary storage device. It is also known as internal memory and main memory. This is the section of the CPU that holds program instructions, input data, and intermediate result. It is generally smaller in size. It is known as RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory and ROM means read-only memory are examples of primary storage. In primary storage, we can find two things, RAM and ROM. We will learn about these things later on. Then we will see the secondary storage devices. Secondary storage devices is a memory that is stored external to the computer, that it is mainly used for the permanent and long-term storage of programs and data. Hard disk, CD, DVD, pen drive or flash drive, SSD, example are the etc. are examples of secondary storage. Means in primary storage, we can store the data for a short span of time, but in secondary storage devices, we can store the data for long time period. So for this kind of storage, we are using hard disk, CD, DVD, pen drive, or flash drive, SSD. Then we will see furthermore storage devices. Now we will discuss different types of storage devices available in the market. These storage devices have their own specifications and uses. Some of the commonly used storage devices are: in primary storage device, we are mostly using RAM. It stands for random access memory. It is used to store information that is used immediately, or we can say that it is temporary memory. Computers bring the software installed on a hard disk to ROM to process it and to be used by the user. Once the, the once that is turned off, the data is deleted. With the help of RAM, computer can perform multiple tasks like loading applications, browsing the web, editing a spreadsheet, experiencing the newest game, etc. It allows you to modify quickly along these tasks, remembering where you are in one task. Once you switch to a different task, memory is nearly always being actively employed by your computer. It ranges from 1 GB to 32 GB, 64 GB, depending upon the specifications. Sorry for that. There are different types of RAM, although they all serve the same purpose. The most common ones are SRAM. It stands for Static Random Access Memory. It consists of circuits that retain stored information as long as the power is supplied is on. It is also known as volatile memory. It is used to build cache memory. The access time of SRAM is lower and it is much faster as compared to DRAM. But in terms of cost, it is costly as compared to DRAM. DRAM, it stands for Dynamic Random Access Memory. It is used to store binary bits in the form of electrical charges that are applied to capacitors. The access time of DRAM is slower as compared to SRAM, but it is cheaper than SRAM. It is high packing and has a high packing density. SDRAM. It stands for Synchronous Dynamic Random Access Memory. It is faster than DRAM. It is widely used in computers and others. After SDRAM was introduced, the upgraded version of double data rate RAM such that DDR1, DDR2, DDR3 and DDR4 was introduced into the market and widely used in home, office, desktops and laptops. Next. Now we will see about ROM, the second device in primary storage devices. Till now we discussed about the RAM, random access memory. Now we will see more about ROM, read only memory. It stands for ROM, ROM. It stands for read only memory. The data written or stored in these devices are non-volatile, such that once the data is stored in the memory, cannot be modified or deleted. The memory from which will only read but can't write it. This type of memory is non-volatile. The information is stored permanently during manufacture only once. ROM stores instructions that are used to start a computer. This information, this operation is referred to as bootstrap. It is also used in other electronic items like washers and microwaves. ROM chips can only store few megabytes MB of data, which ranges between 4 to 8 MB per ROM chip. There are two types of ROM. PROM is programmable read-only memory. These are ROMs that can be programmed. A special PROM programmer is employed to enter the program of the PROM. Once the chip has been programmed, information of the PROM cannot be altered. PROM is non-volatile, that is, data is not lost when power is switched off. EPROM. Another sort of memory is that the erasable programming, read-only memory. It is possible to erase the info that has been previously stored on an EPROM and write new data into the chip. Magnetic storage devices. Second one, floppy disk. It is also known as floppy diskette. It is generally used on a personal computer to store data externally. A floppy disk is made up of a plastic cartridge and secures with a protective case. Nowadays, floppy disk is replaced by new and effective storage devices like USB, etc. Hard disk. It is a storage device that stores and retains data using magnetic storage. It is a non-volatile storage device that can be modified or deleted n number of times without any problem. Most of the computers and laptops have HDDs as their secondary storage device. It is actually a set of stacked disks, just like phonography records. It ranges from a few GBs to a few and more TBs, terabytes. Magnetic card. It is a card in which data is stored by modifying, rearranging the magnetism of to tiny iron-based magnetic particles present in the band of a card. It is also known as the swipe card. It is used it is used like a passcode to enter into house or hotel room, credit card, identity card, etc. Tape cassette. It is also known as a music cassette. It is a rectangular flat container in which the data is stored in an analog magnetic tape. It is generally used to store audio recordings. SuperDisk. It is also called LS240 and LS120. It is introduced by Immersion Corporation and it is popular with OEM computers. It can store up to data up to 240 MB. Flash memory devices. It is a cheaper and portable storage device. It is the most common used device to store data because it is more reliable and efficient as compared to other storage devices. Some of the commonly used flash memory devices are pen drive. It is also known as a flash USB flash drive that includes flash memory with an integrated USB interface. We can directly connect these devices to our computers and laptops and read and write data into them in a much faster and efficient way. These devices are very portable. It ranges from 1 GB to 256 GB generally. SSD. It stands for solid state drive. A mass storage device like HDDs, it is more durable because it does not contain optical discs inside like hard disks. Sorry for that. It needs less power as compared to hard disk, is lightweight and has 10 into 10 times faster read and write speed as compared to hard disk. While SSDs serve an equivalent function as hard drives, their internal components are much different. It ranges from 150 GB to a few and more terabytes. SD, SD card. It is known as secure digital card. It is generally used with electric devices like sorry, phones, digital cameras, etc. to store the data. It is portable and size of the SD card is also small so that it can be easily fit into electronic devices. It is available in different sizes like 2 GB, 4 GB, 8 GB, etc. Memory card. It is generally used in digital cameras, printers, game consoles, etc. It is also used to store large amount of data and is available in different sizes. To run a memory card on a computer, you require a separate memory card reader. Multimedia card. It is also known as MMC. It is an integrated circuit that is generally used in car radios, digital cameras, etc. It is an external device to store data and information. Optical storage devices. Optical storage devices is also known as secondary storage device. It is a removable storage device. Following are some optical storage devices. CD. It is known as compact disc. It contains tracks and sectors on its surface to store data. It is made up of polycarbonate plastic and is circular in shape. CD can store up to a data of 700 MB. It is of two types, CDR and CDRW. DVD. It is also known as digital versatile disc. DVDs are circular flat optical discs used to store data. It comes in two different sizes. One is 4.7 GB single layer discs and another one is 8.5 GB double layer discs. DVDs look like CDs, but the storage capacity of DVDs is more than as compared to CDs. It is of two types, DVD-R, DVD-RW. Blu-ray disc. It is just like CD and DVD, but the storage capacity of Blu-ray is up to 25 GB. To run a Blu-ray disc, you need a separate Blu-ray reader. The Blu-ray technology is used to read a disc from a blue volatile laser, due to which the information is stored in greater density with a longer wavelength. Cloud and versatile storage. Nowadays, storage memory has been upgraded to versatile or cloud storage devices. We can store our files and other stuff in the cloud, and the data is stored for as long as we pay for the cloud storage. There are many companies that provide cloud services largely Google, Amazon, Microsoft, etc. We can pay the rent for the amount of space we need and we get multiple benefits out of it. So it is actually being stored in a physical device located in the data centers of the service provider. The user doesn't interact with the physical device and its maintenance. It is the new technology, and it is the nowadays most of the people are using this technology, cloud storage and versatile storage. These are the types of storage devices and the storage things we are using in a computer or a laptop. I hope everyone understand my concept and everyone is clear about these things. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to share you about my knowledge. I hope everyone enjoyed this session. Thank you all.